I'm going to start, of course, on a damp sheet of paper. I'm going to spray it and distribute the water with my dry soft brush. I know some artists, they soak their paper under a tap. I never got into that. I think just spraying it will be fine, and I'll probably add a little more when I get started. And another thing I want to do, guys, when we paint the skies, we need to go pretty fast, and it's not the time to, you know, try to pick up the paint and get it to the right consistency, mix it with water and stuff like that. So what I'm going to do, which I rarely do, I'm going to mix a puddle of cobalt blue, so I have it ready for my sky wash. And also that sky wash, I'm going to take it probably further down, because like I said, this is all in the distance. And how do we create distance? The colors that are further away from us need to be cooler, right? So it will not hurt to have a cool underwash under this forest and that field in the distance to push them back and create that perspective that we are talking about, right? So let's prepare our little puddle of cobalt blue. And with the sky, you know, you want to go kind of a little bit lighter handed. Don't make it super pale, of course, but you don't want super intense colors, right? Because it's the sky. It has some transparency, it's air, so you don't want it like heavy, super saturated color. So let's get started with the wash. Obviously need a fairly big brush and just do a solid wash. I want to keep the horizon at 2/3 probably. See, I did not prepare enough paint, so I have to catch up. This is going to be the sun, and that's probably enough. And let's drop in this sunset. Very important, guys, to pick up pigment and not drop in water, because you know what's going to happen, right? You're gonna have blossoms, which I did get when I was painting the sketch. New gamboge. And if yellow mixes with blue and you get green, that's fine too, because sometimes the sky can be kind of greenish. I'm going to take the yellow further down here. It's kind of reflecting, so mixing yellow with blue is fine, because I will have those green spruces in the distance. And I want to do the clouds, right? And the best way I discovered to do clouds is to use a paper towel while everything's still wet, of course. Dampen it just a tiny bit and just pick up the clouds, the white. Pick it out of here. Maybe soften this a little bit. Kind of the sun. Show the setting sun. Maybe more pink here. Pink or orange, because the pinks and yellows are mixing in there. This looks more natural. A few more clouds on this side. And there is like an opening here. I don't know if we can get it, but we will. Okay. So what do we want to do with the clouds? We painted the sky the first pass, but as you see, the clouds are a lot darker and they have shadows, right? A cloud is a form like any other. So the sun is shining on top of it, and so the bottom portion will be in coarse shadow. and the clouds actually cast shadows on the ground. Sometimes you can see them very clearly, right, on a sunny day. So we need to give them some shape. And let's do that. They're kind of like storm clouds, so those shadows, they're blue, but they also have like purplish tint right here. So this, I just love it. I think that looks very interesting, and we're going to add those shadows to make our sky even more interesting. And the thing about those shadows is that they need to be soft. There is no like straight line. As usual with coarse shadows, the borders are soft. We will continue working with clean water and softening the shadows, adding pigment if necessary, and adding interesting transitions. But I think the top needs to be softened, kind of blended in, and make sure you don't drop water, right? Because I'll show you my little sketch. I was trying to lift some paint here, so I dropped too much water and I got those cauliflower blossoms. I softened them with clean water and picked them up, so it's not a big deal, but if we can avoid them, that will be better. Okay, let's do some clouds over here, some shadows on the clouds. They can even be more intense. So I'm mixing opera pink with cobalt blue. And we can use just pure cobalt blue for visual interest and create that kind of one point perspective even more. Bring it all to the center. And we can lift if necessary. And if there is too much water, it's a good idea to just pick it up gently with the paper towel. So these clouds are moving in this direction, the sky. This all needs to be soft. And there's some serious shadows going on over here. So let's run this through. And we will soften the top edge. Neutralize that yellow that I dropped in there. Maybe do something on this side. Okay, I think that the sky is looking better. Make this more dramatic. So with the sky, I think the good idea is to add color gradually, because you know you can always add a little bit more, but if you do too much, you'll have to lift, and then everything looks kind of grainy and you know just becoming a problem.